All right, so we have a really good one here today. This is one I've been really waiting for a pretty long time since I got a look at it a few months back. Of course, we're talking about the Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i. And this is the Gen 10 Aura Edition. What makes this one so special is this one has a 3.2K Tandem OLED display, which I'm looking forward to testing out. 1,000 nits of standard dynamic range, 1,600 nits HDR. Extremely bright, so we'll test all that out. It's got the Core Ultra 9 285H, so it's Arrow Lake, and it has the RTX 5060 in this one, although there is potentially a model of a 5070, but I couldn't get one. This one I purchased at Best Buy. I'll leave links for everything in the description below. So without further ado, let's get this out of the box. All right, so let's get right to it. Let's not delay here. So we got some warranty information, a user guide, Aura Edition pamphlet here. So whatever, let's put that to the side. Let's see the power charger that they give you with this. So it's got a pretty big power supply here. And this one is 170 watts and it is USB. Actually, no, it's a proprietary charging port. So there you can see the proprietary charging cable on this. So this is going to supply juice. And here is your power cord. This is your power supply. We'll leave that to the side. We'll get a measurement of the weight in just a little bit. And of course, we have the unit itself. So let's get it out of the box and let's get this out of the way. And of course, we've come here to see this. Take it out of the felt. And there she is in the lunar gray. So we've seen this color before, and I gotta tell you, right off the bat, it's a matte finish on this lid here, full metal design here. You can see it here. Of course, this is a really nice build. This has the Lenovo logos etched into it, of course, Lenovo branding. And it has a small, slight reverse notch over here housing the webcam. And then it is a pretty solid build. On the bottom, some venting. And then on the top here, the lid is pretty solid. So far, so good. And let's see if we can do the you-know-what test. And we can. So there you go. And let's move this out of the way. And this is, of course, and there it is. So what do we have here? We have a full-size numeric keypad, the first thing that jumps out to me. So having the numpad, one consequence of that is it pushes or moves the touchpad off center. It's a regular style diving board glass touchpad. Feels pretty good. Nice size to it. Keys are that familiar Lenovo yoga style keys, smile shaped keys that we know and love. Feels pretty good. Let's give a listen to the keyboard. Okay, so the keyboard feels really good. And again, for those number crunchers, you're going to like having that. Of course, those who don't like it are not going to be too pleased, perhaps. Okay, look at this. It goes back 180 degrees, so I'm liking that already. Again, this is going to be that 3.2K Tandem OLED display. We'll get a look at that in a moment. Core Ultra 9 branding there. GeForce RTX Studio drivers on this. This is the 5060. Of course, they're going to go up to a 5070, and I think there's a 5050 model. But again, this was the only one available that I could get on the Best Buy, of course. But I'll leave links for everything, including Lenovo's website as well. So for those that want to get it, you'll have that opportunity. And then, of course, you have the really nice laid out keyboard here. Okay, and this is looking pretty good. Now, let's get a look at the ports. You get an HDMI 2.1, two Thunderbolt 4 ports. Kind of wish they were Thunderbolt 5, but they're Thunderbolt 4 and a 3.5 millimeter microphone headphone combo jack. And moving over to the right side, you get your full-size SD card reader. You get the kill switch for the webcam and two USB Type-A ports. And then, of course, your power button with an LED indicator light in it, letting you know the device is powered on. That is it. So a pretty good port selection. One little nitpick. It's a very minor one, but it's something that I've noticed on some laptops. I'd like to see those two Thunderbolt 4 ports split up, one on each side, but that's a really nitpicking. Overall, a really good port selection here, in my opinion. All right, let's get a measurement of the weight with just the unit alone. You're looking at 2.08 kilograms, and that is 4 pounds, 9.4 ounces. All right, let's put it back into kilograms here, and let's go to the total travel weight here with the power cord and, of course, the power supply. You're going to look at 2.604 kilograms, and that is 5 pounds, 11.9 ounces for a total travel weight. Not the lightest thing out there, but of course, this is packing a punch under the hood. Okay, so I just hit the start button, or the power button rather, and this is a bright display. Holy cow. Look at this. It's totally blowing out the camera here. So I'm going to have to lower that down. But this is a bright display, folks. 1000 nits SDR, 1600 nits HDR. Uneffing real. Wow. I can't get over this display, and we haven't even touched the surface with it yet. And okay, let me check it. Let me log into my network here, and let's get this connected so we can get rocking and rolling here. All right. And overall, so far, so good. I'm really liking this. A little bit of screen wobble there, but you know what? I'm not going to complain too much here. The build is looking really good so far. Now, while this is going to get some updates and so forth, just want to show you the lid here, how nice this is. Very good build quality here, and I'm liking it quite a bit. So looking pretty good so far. All right, I'm fully booted up here on the Yoga Pro 9i Gen 10 Aura Edition, and this display is effing beautiful, un-effing real. I hate to say it. I want to use these superlatives because it really deserves it. And look at that. I mean, it's so bright. Now, I've never seen anything like this. Tandem OLED gives you that vibrance, of course. It looks pretty awesome. Now, out of the box, it's 60 hertz, but I just put it onto 120 hertz. So again, interesting that the default is 60 hertz. And you have the option to go with the dynamic refresh rate. Let's keep it at 120 to show its full glory in terms of this display. And I got to tell you, this thing is effing awesome. Really, really good. Now, this is a touchscreen display. Obviously, you can use your finger to navigate. And it is a glossy display. Of course, I do have a lot of studio lights here, so keep that in mind. But so far, amazing display. Let me measure the brightness, and I'll let you know how it is. All right, so I'm right now measuring the display brightness, but you can actually see it on me. This thing is glowing on me. I'm getting like a suntan. That's how bright this thing is. I don't know what the numbers will be, whether it'll be 1000 nits. Obviously, with HDR, it has to be HDR content to reach the peak 1600 nits, but this is really bright, searingly bright. So let me get back to measuring, and I'll let you know. Okay, I just measured the brightness, 966 nits. Unbelievable. So it's very close to the 1000 nits, and again, can peak as high as a 1600 nits HDR. Let me get the rest of the numbers. I gotta tell you, so having used this display for the last few minutes, I don't want to go back to any other display. Tandem OLED is the way to go. 966 nits of brightness, so close to the 1000 nits, obviously. Excellent coverage of the color gamut. Excellent color accuracy. So the contrast there, everything's there, right? So if you're a content creator or somebody who does Photoshop, Lightroom, video editing, DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, this is a display to use. There is no doubt about it. Not only does this have an amazing Tandem OLED display, 6 speakers here, 2 tweeters, 4 woofers, Dolby Atmos to help with the spatial audio. Now, let's give it a listen. Let's listen to Never Meant to Be by Gloria Tells. Speakers sound really good. So far, very impressed. All right, so this is a 5 megapixel infrared camera. That means you can log in with face recognition with Windows Hello. It also has a time of flight sensor. It also has a shutter switch located on the right side of the unit, a kill switch for more security and privacy. What do you think about the video quality? What do you think about the audio quality? Now, it does have the studio effects here, auto framing, eye contact, background effects, standard blur, portrait blur. What do you think about it? Let me know. And most importantly, perhaps, what do you think about the audio in terms of the array mics? Let me know. So far, looking pretty good. Performance, single core, multi-core in that Core Ultra 9 285H. Very good, as you can see from the initial benchmarks that I've run already. I still have to test the RTX 5060, but I can tell you it's looking pretty decent. They're feeding it 100 watts of power here. You could also go with the 5070. I didn't see that model available just yet. So 5060, and I believe there's also an entry 5050 model. So check that out when that is when available, and I'll leave links for everything in the description below for the latest pricing. But my overall impressions are the Tandem OLED here is outstanding. Very bright. It's going to go up to 1600 nits of peak brightness. I'm seeing close to that 1000 nits standard dynamic range. HDR, obviously you can go to that peak. And keyboard's looking good, although there is a numpad. Some people like it, some people don't. Nice spacious touchpad, good for scrolling, gestures, not haptic. That's one thing I wish it did have. Very good port selection, full-size SD card reader on the right side. That's looking good. Not much to complain about here. Obviously, the star of the show is this gorgeous Tandem OLED display, 120 hertz. And I like the fact that you're really getting that brightness here. That is the one thing that I've been really wanting to see. And this is by far the best display in terms of brightness I've seen in a very long time, perhaps maybe of all time. I got to put this through its paces. So this is their first initial look at it. Plenty to do on this, but overall, so far, I'm really liking this. Very exciting stuff here. So stay tuned. That full review is coming up. So please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Please share this video. Now, if you are a casual viewer of my content, why not consider subscribing? It doesn't cost you anything and it helps support the channel as we're making our big push for 250,000 subscribers. We're getting there. This is the stretch run. We'll probably hit it in the next week or so. So stay tuned. And then we'll probably move our goalpost to 300,000 by the end of the year. So a lot to look forward to. And obviously, I have this laptop to put through its paces for a full review. We'll check out the battery life. I'll give you the rest of the numbers. We'll test Linux. We'll see how that's going to do, and all the other things we normally do here on the channel in my reviews. So until next time, this is Andrew, and I'll see you in the next video.